show can be a little gay,
but if you're not,
that's okay.
You can listen and have fun
Either way.
Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews, Game of Thrones, Winona too. So promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
This is Tara.
On this week's episode, we're going to talk about Skeleton Crew, the show that we were all very skeptical about a few weeks ago. And we're going to do some This Week in Snopping. But first, hey, Wendy.
Yeah.
What's up?
Would y'all like some birthdays? I got some birthdays.
Okay, yeah.
VIP birthdays. Very
Oh.
important birthday.
Oh, shit.
December 5th. I was about to say born in, but then that would give the answer away.
Oh.
Friend of Snop.
That would. Okay.
Oh.
You may have heard me mention this person before. That would be Amy Acker.
The Acker?
The Acker's birthday is December 5th.
She's a good friend of Snop.
Good friend of Snop.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Ooh. I'm going to say Amy's turning 48.
Huh. Interesting. I'm going 51.
All right, Tara. 48 it is.
Yes. Of a bitch.
The Acker turns 48 on December 5th. Happy birthday, Amy Acker. Hope it's a good one. December the 7th, someone from back in the Xena day who's done other things since then. Sherry Appleby.
Oh. Is it Sherry or Cherie?
Sherry, I don't know. Sherry.
Cherie
Appleby.
Appleby. I like her.
Let's
She
focus
was
on
on
the
some
Appleby.
show. She was
What was
on
that?
Roswell. She's on Roswell too. The OG
She was on
A
Roswell.
lot of stuff.
She's
She's
on
cute.
Xena?
She is cute.
Back in the
she
day,
played
she was
Tara, didn't she?
Tara, that bratty kid. that-
Oh, got it. Nobody really
Yeah.
liked her.
I liked her.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
Did
Poor
people?
Tara.
Did you like that character?
That's my name.
Okay, besides
I
the
thought
name,
she was hot.
I am already on Tara's
I mean,
shit
she's
list
been
today.
on, been to Xena conventions, raking in
late-
those bucks.
Not lately though, right?
Yeah, not lately.
Did she come to the Xena
I
convention?
think she's been to one, maybe.
Hmm.
My cat Duncan is making a strong case for his dinner right now. So
He
if you
wants
hear
to guest star on
meowing
them.
/ Mike falling over, that's what that is.
He's like just pacing back and
Yeah,
forth
he
in front
is.
of you. Really cute.
I'm gonna say, who was it? Sheree Appleby. Sheree is
Wow.
45.
I'm going 48. I think she's 47. 47. I think she's my age. 47.
46.
Damn it!
Oh,
It's just weird to think that little girl from Xena is 46 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, bye. We've all aged, haven't we?
Some of
nice
us have.
knowing you.
December 8th. A woman who once had the most downloaded picture off the very young internets. That is Terry Hatcher, aka Lois Lane. Remember
Really?
the like Superman cape wrapped around her? That was at that time, I think. It was like the most downloaded picture because it was all
Oh.
sexy and stuff. And there wasn't a lot on the internet. This
That's
was
true.
back when I was like on CompuServe.
To be fair.
So it was the early days of it probably has been passed over by then. But at the time, at some point, I think that was the most downloaded picture on the internet.
Mm.
It had 15,000 hits.
Ooh.
Are you seriously? Did you just
No,
look that up?
I said
Oh.
that.
I don't know.
Get it? Old internet
Terry
joke,
Hatcher.
bad joke.
Oh, I get it.
I'm gonna say, Terry. How old?
What was that?
I'm gonna say, Terry, you're 60 this year.
I'm going 61.
Oh, I almost did that.
How about? Sorry, I'm doing math. 60. She is
Yes!
60 years old.
Nailing
Yeah.
it.
I'm trying to see if it gave an actual number for that picture, but it was the most.
All
She says,
15,000
I
people.
broke the internet when we still had dial up. So, yeah, it was a picture. She's wrapped in the Superman cape.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And it was a big hit back in the days of
90s.
when the internet was a baby. Happy birthday, Terry Hatcher. I mean, what is she doing nowadays, by the way? Is she doing stuff? She's done stuff. Yeah, she does stuff.
Is she doing stuff?
Yeah, some stuff.
Is she crazy? I've heard she's crazy.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Now, that's a strong allegation to just throw around.
Yeah. Is she crazy? I've heard she's crazy. I don't know.
There's plenty of people that could say that about me, but
She might be. But
Yeah.
I have not seen her clinical diagnosis.
up to
Oh, that's not on IMDb? What her
I mean,
No,
probably, it's
it's
more
not
probably
on
on like
health.
Twitter. It's probably on
not on the
Twitter.
trivia. Yeah.
But happy birthday, Terry Hatcher, super Lois Lane. I mean, I loved that show. Yeah, I love that show.
Well, she is gonna be in The Killer Inside, the Ruth Finley story this year.
Okay.
How to Fall in Love by Christmas last year.
Yeah.
Christmas at the Chalet.
She had a pretty good Desperate Housewives run.
It looks like she's a
Yeah.
Hallmark girl.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Or maybe a Lifetime girl.
I think she's both. I think she's
Hallmark. Yeah.
a little switch. Played for both
Goes for the
both
highest bidder.
sides.
Plays
Yeah.
for both teams.
Yep.
There you go.
I think she might be a cat lady too. I'm not positive. Not 100% sure, but
Again,
just makes her cooler.
50-50 shot.
might be crazy.
All right. Well, we should maybe move into some This Week in Snopping.
I love it. If we
I
had
did
a
a thing.
theme song for that, how do you think it would go?
Ooh, are you
do it
trying to
live.
trick us?
Let's just do it live.
Were you drinking a beer? You didn't even say you're drinking something.
Oh, I'm
Who,
drinking.
me?
I'm drinking a
No,
beer.
Kat.
I
what the
am.
fuck? Am I the one that's not
Apparently.
drinking?
Seems like it. 2 against 1.
Okay, well then
You should
on
probably
that-
go run. Why don't you go run off?
Okay,
We'll
well,
talk about
Wendy,
it
later.
you think about tell Kat what the theme song would sound like.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
What
man.
do you think? Like, what's something that's
This weekend snopping. Everybody had a good time except Wendy. She sat in her
Oh
house.
no.
No,
don't like
this
like that
morning
song.
I woke up to a phone call from one of the other directors at work.
Oh,
I'll
no.
tell this little story while Tara's busy
Please.
getting a beverage. And I thought, oh no, there must be breaking news. It's something serious. He's calling me early, and then he's like, "Hey, are you coming in? Did you call out?" I was like, "What? What is happening?" I usually get up around 2:30ish, the days I shower, to get in by like 3:30ish, and it was almost 4. And I was
Oh,
so
no.
sound asleep. And I'm like, what is? And I was trying to figure out, is the show? What did I miss? What's happening? And then I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I'm like, oh my God, I overslept all my alarms. I'll be right there. I live 1 minute from work, so I got up, put on the easiest clothes I could put on,
Shit.
no makeup, stuck my hair in a hat, got up there by like 4:10, 4:15. Everything was fine. And then I realized, you know what? I never set any alarms at all.
Oh, Wendy.
I just forgot because Tara called me as I was getting in bed, and I think threw off all my timing. And I'm like talking to her, and then I'm like, okay. And then I was getting ready to watch Oak Island, so I got in bed and I watched Oak Island. I passed out pretty quick with
So
Oak Island. I was tired, and then just never set an alarm.
So it's Tara's fault.
Or that you overslept.
Yeah.
Did
Probably
you get in
was.
trouble? Were you there in
No.
time before the news started?
Yeah, I got in time to do my show and everything. It was
Well,
fine.
then-
Even if I hadn't, you know what? I've built up so much equity. What are they
Exactly.
gonna do? Like,
But also
could've
then
been like-
maybe you don't need to get to work until late anyway.
honestly, I really don't. But I like to get there and get my show ready, and then just
gotcha.
chill out and eat a little breakfast in the other room. And I don't want to have to rush.
Because you're a professional
Mhm.
and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I get there 10 minutes ish late every day, but then I stay 30 minutes late every day. So
Then I
it is what it is. It's fine.
It works out.
I got a lot of extras. I slept like 9 hours. Like I could sleep last night.
Oh, good for you. God, I'd kill for 9
Nice.
hours.
I did it by accident.
Good
But I
for
missed.
you.
I had to rewatch Oak Island today. They found a button and some concrete. It was a good night.
You rewatched Oak Island?
I watched it because I fell asleep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't rewatch it. I watched it.
Anything we should know about?
The button and the concrete.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, because you got to
Nothing.
catch up.
Don't worry.
Sounds
You're fine.
big though.
I'm back.
I think I had a
Hi,
dream.
Tara.
I'm back.
I think
I've
I have a
gotten
dream
a
about Oak
drink.
Island. Yeah, let's talk about what each of us are drinking. Let's
I'm
go around the
drinking
horn.
a Union Jack IPA by
Oh,
Firestone Brewing, and I'm drinking it in one of my Star Wars. This is the side, or no, actually, yeah, I guess so. No, I don't know. Can you see it? It's a
Mhm.
Star Wars.
it's hard to tell.
Um,
It's hard to
what
tell.
do you call this little wine glass? But I have beer in it.
It's a cool looking glass right
And
there.
yeah, I know it was from Secret Santa podcast. I think it was from Anne actually.
Oh, shout out to Anne.
This is in, for Skeleton Crew, which we'll talk about later.
Sure.
Ah,
Wendy,
I
what are you
have
enjoying?
Scrapalicious beer. The beer I drove down the was it Culver City or Hawthorne, one of those places to get. They
Nice.
have a distillery cat who lives at this pub, LAL Works, and they had a special beer with the cat's picture on it. So I went to get some for a friend of mine, and I got extra. So I'm having a Scrapalicious. It's a juicy IPA, which Tara tried and didn't like because apparently it's what's the word? Hazy.
Hazy.
It's like too
Too
easy to
hazy.
drink.
No,
It tastes too good.
no. It tastes like orange
I like
pulp,
it.
but not in a good way.
It sounds
Because I
like I
actually
would
like
like
orange
it.
pulp.
It's good stuff.
Um, I'm enjoying a beer from currently my favorite brewery. That's a hard word to say.
No.
It's called Lost Coast Brewery. Are you familiar? Anybody?
I've heard of
Yeah.
it.
It's a Stargaze Wit. It's a Belgium style. It's a cool label.
Okay.
They have great
Fun.
labels. Lost
Pirate.
Coast is up in Eureka, California.
Ooh.
I actually was there. We our last road trip down the coast, we stopped by. I ran in real quick, bought some beers that I can't get locally, and a sweatshirt, and then we took off. But it's a damn good beer. It's a Belgium style wit beer. Yeah, I love all their beers. They're great. They do some good fruit beers, which I know you don't like, Tara. They do a good watermelon. They do a good tangerine. Anyway, pick up some Lost Coast. I'd love it if they sponsored us. That would be a dream.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
That'd be great.
All right. So let's get into this week in stopping.
Great.
I don't think any of us thought of a theme song yet, so we'll just get to it.
It's hard to on the spot to
Yeah.
be creative.
Sure.
This is Tara. I did something fun.
Oh.
My girlfriend works in the business and the show business.
Oh, not the textiles
No,
business?
no, textiles. The comings and goings of goods, commodities. No,
Import, export?
yes, import, export. That's what I was going for. So, time to time she gets invited to cool things, and she's friends with a showrunner for a new show that's coming out on Amazon Prime
Amazing.
called The Sticky.
Yes.
And I had no idea what this was about. Apparently she had sent me an email with some info, but I didn't look at it. So
Oh, you're one of those.
In my mind, I thought it was like a time travel thing for some reason, but I didn't look
You
at
thought
it.
was the sticky?
I don't know. So I had no idea going in, and so we were waiting in line. It was in Hollywood at this place called the New House Event Space. It's in the Paramount building area.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So
is it on the lot?
Not on the lot. No,
Okay.
it's like where some of their offices are. So it was really nice. So I, again, had no idea. And I was like, oh, there's a lot of like maple leafs on a lot of things. Was this filmed like, I guess partly in Canada, you know? So then we go in and this aesthetic is freaking a dream. So
Cozy.
the like greeter people or like the show shirt, that you get is a flannel.
Oh shit.
And so they had the sticky flannels on. We walk in. Everything is Canadian. It wasn't just filmed in Canada. This show, The Sticky, is about the famous maple syrup heist that happened in Canada, I guess, in 2011.
Yeah, this is a very
apparently
well-known thing that happened.
There's a reserve of Canadian of maple syrup in Canada, in Quebec, I think. or somewhere around there, and that holds millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of barrels of maple syrup. And in 2011, there was a scheme going on of people that would steal these barrels or fill them with water and then put them back so that the barrel reserve people never knew that they were gone because they only inspected them once a year.
Mm.
So this is based off that story. However, it takes a lot of liberties. Like, for instance, there was no character that's the representation of the one played by the legendary
Drum roll.
Margot Martindale. Margot Martindale stars in this role. Love, if you've listened to this podcast, you know that we are big fans of Margot Martindale.
Huge.
You've seen her. If you don't recognize her name, trust me, you've seen her in many, many things. So she's a beloved character actress. So she stars in this role, along with Jamie Lee Curtis is producing it. And is also in one of the episodes. And during the panel held after, we saw 2 episodes of the series. Then there was a panel hosted by Jamie Lee Curtis after.
Wow.
We got to sit on the special showrunner friend couches there. And so we got couches where everyone else had measly little chairs.
Nice.
We're all cramped together. So so on the panel was Margot. Margot was there.
Damn.
If ever in my life I thought
awesome.
I'm gonna breathe the same air as Margot Martindale and or Jamie Lee Curtis, like in the same small space.
Incredible.
And then also a guy I recognized, his name's Chris Diamantopoulos. Again, he's probably a guy you look at his picture and you're like, oh, I've seen that guy somewhere. Another actor named...
How do you spell that last name?
Really?
Chiris.
Yeah, yes, that's the first part. Diamantopoulos.
Huh?
Got it?
Start again?
Diamantopoulos.
Oh, Okay.
Diamantopoulos.
Oh, he comes right up.
Yeah, he does. Not a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
He's been in so many things.
Then there's some French Canadian actors in there. His name is Guillaume Sier. He was so sweet. I got to talk with him and Chris. They both were just around chatting. Margot did hang out at the after party, but of course she was swarmed. I think Margot, they had a bodyguard there, but let's be for real. The bodyguard stayed by Margot the whole time.
Okay. Of course.
The Margot, so it was hard. I got close. I stood pretty much next to Margot, but I wasn't going to be that person that was like, can I get a selfie, Margot? Because she was enjoying her time, talking to people she actually knew. But then
fair enough.
Rachel's friend, the showrunner, introduced us to Guillaume and Chris, and they're just lovely, very sweet, and it was just so much fun. So let me describe this to you. So we walk in, so it's everything branded, the sticky, so everything has maple syrup coming off it. It looks like you're inside of a log cabin, but then you're also outside log cabin as you go in. So the viewing area was they just put legit trees and sort of look like a forest, and then there was snow falling also. Whoa. There was a giant ice sculpture of the sticky with various gloves and things from the show in there.
Damn.
There was a professional photographer where we got photographs that could easily be our Christmas card. They're so cute, and just everything looked, the snow's falling in the photo.
Huh.
And then they were making anything Canadian. So you used to go to a fancy party or premiere, and they're walking around with champagne on the thing. So it was an open bar. All the drinks were maple themed, in some way, or Canadian themed, and then. Instead of the fancy trays full of champagne, they're bringing around fancy little things of poutine and little maple little things of maple milkshake. Ooh. And what else? A pig's in a blanket.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
And
now
then
that's
they had
a premiere party.
This is my kind of premiere.
And then they had a bar of people making fresh mini pancakes.
Oh my
God.
Some
sweet with little maple bacon on the top. And they're this tiny. They're so cute. And then another one of savory pancakes with savory things made with
Oh,
maple, of course.
okay. Okay.
And then when we came in, we got a little bag of like these special maple cookies. And then there was a stand where you could make your own maple taffy. So
Oh, cool.
literally they had these ice things laid out. They
Yeah.
poured like the hot maple syrup and then you got a little
Stick.
popsicle thing and
Yeah.
you rolled it. I've never done such a
I've
thing. It was
seen
so
this.
cool. Yeah.
This is like a thing.
And then you like eat it like a sucker, you know?
That's so
Um
fun.
and then they had another station where they gave
Oh
you
my
like
God.
a bottle of maple syrup, and then they had a fancy like calligrapher there, like so you could like write out
What
like
the
to so
fuck?
and so, or have like a quote from the show put on it. Um,
I have one. I have two words. Cha-ching. This is a
yeah,
huge premiere.
they put it was amazing. Like it was so, and everything was like flannel themed, and like just like the napkins are flannel
Wow.
or like plaid,
Wow.
and like again, snowing, snow falling,
Incredible.
full trees. And then they had a projection. So it felt like after the screening was done and the lights went down, they projected the rest of the forest on all the walls around. So it just looked like you were inside a forest.
Man.
Um, so it was real so amazing. I was like, and it was so cozy. Like the couches and all the chairs were like, they weren't just like, fold out chairs. They're like some legit, they had little wooden side tables that looked like
Oh my
logs.
gosh.
They had, yeah, it looked like a cozy log cabin living room, but in a huge space. Um, it was so cool. They had Labatt beer.
Hell yeah.
I know I've seen you drinking that before. Kat.
Yes.
So everything you could get there was somehow Canadian themed. They had the Canadian flags hanging in the rafters.
Incredible.
It was just so cool.
I love it.
I'm like, I just wanted to live there. Um, and
And
then
you
the
had-
show itself that we actually watched,
Is good?
yeah, it was really good.
Okay, good.
It's kind of like a dark comedy.
Seems like they're I'm guessing that this show is good enough for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna try to go for the Emmys. Like seems like just a ton of money they're dumping into this.
Yeah. Anyway,
So you had no idea you were walking into a premiere with Margot and Jamie Lee Curtis. Like
No,
this was
no idea.
this is like the best night, the best kind of surprise ever.
I was like, oh well. First, when I got on, I was like, what? I had asked her, like, what is this sketch? She's like, I sent you the email, and I was like, so sorry, I really didn't read
I
it.
didn't
I
read
don't
anything.
I don't actually
And, like,
read emails.
I was like, so who? And then it wasn't until I walked in and saw like on the screen, they had like this like the promo shot of Margot Martindale pouring
Yeah.
the maple syrup over the money, like the sticky promo shot up where they're gonna show the screening. And I was like, wait, Margot's in this? Margot's gonna be here tonight.
When
It
did you
was-
realize she was actually going to be there or there?
Like when I walked in and saw
And
the
saw
promo
promo.
thing, and I was like, what? I was like, oh my god, and like, and Rachel's like, yeah, it was in the email. She goes, and Jamie Lee Curtis too. And I
Read
was
your
like,
email,
what?
dum dum.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like moderating this panel.
it's a good thing you decided to go without knowing.
Yeah, and it's not a huge like crowd. It's like a premiere. It's like a good size, but you're not in like a huge movie theater or something,
Right. Yeah. It's like
It's just like
casting
a party
crew and
space.
friends.
Yeah, it's cast, crew, and friends.
Oh
So
my
like
God.
it was. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was like, definitely not cool enough to be here, but
Well,
I'm gonna
you
go
did
with it.
text us that you were.
I
when
did.
You discovered where you actually were.
I was so not cool about it on the inside because I definitely texted and I was like, OMG, Margot, I'm at a thing and Margot Martindale is here. I was like, Margot's
love
in
it.
it.
Of
Oh,
all
Margot's
the-
here.
Of all the premiere of all the things you could go to, Margot Martindale. Text
know,
Tara. I saw a
right?
text from Tara about it when I got up this morning late, and then it says that Margot was here, and I hadn't seen
Yeah.
the text to us yet. And I was like, my first thought was, wait, Margot Martindale, and then I was like, wait a minute, or is it Margot Robbie?
Right.
And then I realized I looked at the other.
No,
picture.
it's so much better
No,
than Margot
it's
Robbie.
You know what? I love Margot Robbie, but I love
She's
Margot
cool.
Martindale as much or more.
But,
so you're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I would
And
love
it's
to
just
meet
like,
Margot Martindale.
We talk a lot about Margot Martindale
and
on
Because
this
she's
show.
like an unnatural
freaking
amount, like more
amazing.
than probably anyone ever should.
Yes.
She
I
comes up a
agree.
lot on this show.
I think
Let's
we
get her on the show.
love.
Get her on the show.
talk
Get her
about
on the
her
show.
more than
Get her on the pod.
any other podcast. I would
Yeah.
love to have her on. She's lovely.
She can talk about
Yeah.
Sticky and
She
anything
was
else
lovely.
she wants.
And apparently Jamie Lee was supposed to play. So her Margot plays Ruth Landry, who's an owner of a maple farm who essentially the maple conglomerate there in Quebec is
Big Maple?
run by Big Maple is run by this guy Leonard, who's a real dick, and he's basically trying to like push her out. So Ruth's husband's in a coma because he fell out of a tree, and so she takes care of him at home.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so he's in a coma. So they're like running out of money. And
Yeah.
so Leonard, this evil Leonard dick, like shut down their farm because he's like, well, really, the farm's name is in your husband's name, and he's not operating it, so we have to shut you down. And then he's like, well, I could buy your farm from you if you really need the cash. So
Oh,
he's like real
no.
sneaky asshole.
Smarmy.
So then Guillaume plays Remy, the security guard, essentially this big maple center, this where all the
Reserve?
barrels of maple
Yeah.
reserve.
Yeah.
It's very lackadaisical in their guarding of it's just like the one guy.
Sure.
So of course it's like an inside job. But really Ruth has to kind of toy with like, do I want to do this? Or what's right and wrong? She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So, and then you have this other character that Chris Diamantopoulos plays, Mike, who's like a random, like works for like a mob boss back in Boston, and he's just up in Canada, and he collects the money from like the other Maple people or other people. I don't know. He's just there, and he's friends with Ruth's family, but they have decided that they don't ever want to get into his like dirty business for
Got it.
right. But Mike's like, come on, I got this heist we can do, and we can make like millions. Come on, you don't have to have your farm bought by this dickhead. So really, within the first two episodes, they finally kind of like, okay, we're in, and like everything starts going wrong, of course, because they're not like, besides Mike, not like professional heisters,
Right.
So it was fun. It was funny, but also it is a dark comedy. There's some murder mystery in it, and
okay.
you
A
know,
little bit of murder.
yeah. So it was very interesting. I again had zero idea what I was going to be watching. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It has it's very French Canadian. Like all the music in it, like the popular music is French Canadian covers of like pop. So like you recognize the song very clearly, but it's
Cute.
in French. So
That's so cute.
yeah, so it makes you feel, and then they kind of go back and forth between French and English, but obviously mostly English. But there's quite a bit of French in it, which makes it fun.
Well,
so
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm sure Leah would love to watch it.
yeah, it's only 6 episodes, so
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a
Yeah, looks
quick
great.
one.
I saw the trailer. I didn't even, when it first came out a couple weeks ago, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that Rachel knew the showrunner. That's so cool.
Yeah, so highly
Amazing.
recommend. Sorry you missed all the goodies, because everywhere I turned it was maple this and maple that shoved in my face.
Flannel this, flannel that.
Is it a blanket? Sure. Tiny milkshake of maple? Sure.
Okay. Awesome.
It was a lot of
Who's
fun.
the showrunner? What's the showrunner's name? Brian Donovan, Ed Harrow.
It's Brian and Ed. Yeah.
Okay.
She knows both of them.
She knows Ed, I believe.
I'm just curious to
Was-
see
was
what
it in
else
the
they've
email?
done.
Yes.
And the moral of this whole story is read your dang emails, right?
Probably read those emails, huh? Especially from your girlfriend. I mean, that seems important.
Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of emails. A lot of them are spam. Takes me a while to look through them.
Fair enough. All right. Good to know. That is actually good to know.
Yeah.
If we're ever sending you an email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Resend it if I don't respond.
You should probably just send
Look
or
at that.
text me.
Yeah,
We'll text
text.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am still on jury duty, so that's a continuing saga. That's
How much
happening.
longer?
I don't know. At least another week, maybe two.
Wow.
Oh,
What a horrible thing, man.
It's a thing for sure. But so Thanksgiving was last weekend, so I had the whole, except for Monday, I had the whole week off of court. The most fun thing about this jury duty thing is that every night when when I'm getting ready for bed, I can turn to Leah, my wife, and say, "Sorry, honey, I gotta go to bed. I got court in the morning." Makes me feel really cool and important. Anyway, Thanksgiving, great. We had the family over. Wonderful. Lots of cooking. It was very exhausting. And on Saturday, I was allowed to tag along with Noe and Hicksbleeker and Banana Cat. Last year they did the Solvang thing. Actually, you guys were there
We were there the same day.
And you didn't even know.
No, we were there the same day at the same time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So Solvang does this scavenger hunt for the little gnomes. You gotta look. They give you a bunch of clues. You gotta go find the gnomes. If you get all the gnomes, you get a prize. So we were there doing all the things, and we started our day at the ostrich farm. Have you guys ever been to the ostrich farm?
No.
You need to go. There's lots of rules. They say, okay, when you feed the ostriches, don't look them in the eye.
They're scary.
Stand like 3 feet away from them. They do peck. There's signs everywhere that say, yes, we do peck.
Cat. Tara and I have been terrorized by ostriches.
Yeah,
I've been terrorized twice by ostriches. I don't mess with ostriches.
So
did they let you feed it with your hand?
No, they give you this it's basically like a dog dish with a handle on it. So you're just kind of like,
no.
You're holding it out in front of you. And some of them are very aggressive and scary.
Mm-hmm.
But, all in all, it was pretty fun. We go into the gift shop because you got to go through the gift shop. Mm-hmm. And there's this wall of hand puppets in the corner. I immediately was drawn to it. So I'm kind of fucking around with it. And then I found out how much it was. I'm like, never mind. So I put it back, and then we go outside. And then our crazy friends were like, here, we got you something. And unbeknownst to me,
she's putting her hand in something under the table. I hope
they bought me a new friend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
That is terrifying. Oh, my God. No, it's triggering.
Her name is Ozzy.
Oh, wow.
And she's my
By the way, for those who can't
friend.
actually see this podcast, it is an ostrich hand puppet.
That when you hold the bottom just out of screen, literally looks like there's an ostrich just mulling around.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a little creepy.
All right. Let me mark this time. We need a screen grab of this to show dear listeners what you're doing. Okay, smile with the hand puppet. Oh, I'm not putting me in there. It's just you. Okay, good.
Look at Tara. Look at these eyelashes, though. How can you be afraid of anything with luscious eyelashes?
I've been attacked by ostriches. I ain't messing with them. It's cute. I like an ostrich hand puppet.
An ostrich. We went to the safari park in Fort Worth, Texas. And an ostrich tried to kill us.
Literally tried to break through the windshield.
Tried to break?
No, we're not lying, Cat. It was pecking the windshield. And I warned Tara because I had one. I went with a friend in an open Jeep. And it stuck its long neck head in the middle of our open Jeep, getting the food that was in the middle of us. And I'm just, drunk.
Yeah.
So, no.
They don't fuck around.
They hiss.
I know, they do hiss. They hiss and they make this weird, like thumping noise. They're like big dinosaurs walking around. It's kind of insane. It's really crazy. And when we saw some when they went to the bathroom, the boy ostriches especially, something strange happens down there.
Ew.
It's like an alien comes out of it's a very weird thing. Anyway, it was fun though. Nobody got hurt.
Are you going to talk only through your ostrich now? Now the ostrich's mouth is moving right along with Cat's.
Yes.
You know how I love puppets, so this is really extra. A puppet
I knew you would.
Very
I knew you would love this.
Something.
So, spoiler: we're going to be recording at Tara's Pod Pub this weekend. Guess who's coming with me?
No.
What'd you say? Is it a boy or girl?
It's a girl. Her name's
And her
Ozzy.
name is Ozzy. Okay, bring
Ozzy.
Ozzy with you.
Okay.
If I had a puppet, I'd bring it all
Oh,
the
okay.
time.
Well, okay, Ozzy. Stand down.
Anyway,
Ozzy's
you
coming
know
for
how
the
I always
camera.
say that like the Golden Girls is the best gift I've ever been given? Well, this is the
Mhm.
second best gift I've
Oh,
ever been given.
wow.
Yes. So
That's
anyways.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was my weekend.
I guess I didn't really even know there was an ostrich farm. Not
Oh
that
yeah.
I would probably go to one again, but yeah,
They have
that's cool.
emus. There's also emus.
Are they nicer?
They're smaller and less aggressive.
Mm.
Okay, well then I'd say that's nicer.
And there's like a colony of squirrels that live in the
Oh,
pen. And they are just eating, like, they eat like kings. They're the fattest
I'm
squirrels because
sure.
there's a lot of like pellets that get knocked on the ground because believe it or not, the ostriches aren't very, yeah, they're not very
Yeah,
precise.
they with their
Just going
heads.
after it. Yeah.
yeah,
So these squirrels are just eating like kings. It's very cute. Anyway,
cool.
go check it out. If you're in Buellton or the Solvang area when you're in California, go check out the ostrich farm. You'll be glad you did.
Mm.
This episode brought to you by the ostrich farm. That would be another dream come true.
Brought to you by no, what was the other? Lost Coast? No, what was the
Oh, yeah,
other one?
Lost Coast.
Lost Coast and ostriches.
Oh, that
That
would
would
be
be
great.
great.
Oh my
That's on
God.
brand.
That is on brand. Dream come true.
No.
Well, speaking of dream come true, Skeleton Crew is out. First two episodes are available on Disney Plus. I've
So
watched
did-
the first episode.
So we learned kind of what a skeleton crew is. We really weren't sure the last couple weeks. We're very skeptical. We're like, is this a kid show?
Yeah.
What is it about? It looks like Goonies in space, but stupid. And
But terrible.
yeah,
This little elephant
There have
kid
been
running around.
reports too that I feel like there was advance where like, oh, this isn't good. Disney's trying to bury. I mean, they're not liking what they're seeing.
Mm.
I don't think any of that was true.
yeah.
Because
So I watched the first two. Wendy watched the first two episodes. So, Kat, you're
I'm
behind, but it's
As
okay.
always. As always.
you know what? It's really freaking good. Right now, even Twitter people like it. When does that ever happen?
Yeah.
Twitter likes it.
Yeah.
People I saw posts about like, oh my gosh, I actually really love Skeleton Crew. It's it's fun. It feels like the most confidently directed, produced, edited kind of like product they've had in a while. Like it to me it feels like a film. It feels like a film and it was originally apparently John Peters, is that his name?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, y'all are just looking at me like, oh.
Okay, I'll look it
Who
up. You keep
did
talking.
I'm doing it. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Okay.
Apparently he pitched it originally as a film and he did Spider-Man and then it's like, "Oh, Spider-Man's great. You need to do a couple more." So, John Watts. Where did I get Peter? Where in the hell did I get Peter? Anyway,
know.
Maybe because Spider-Man, Peter Parker, unconsciously you associated.
no.
I don't know. That's what I'm going with. It makes
Wait a
sense
minute.
to me.
Yeah, because he did Spider-Man, and then I was like, oh, I need to do two more. So he was doing Spider-Mans, and then in the meantime, Disney Plus it came into existence, and they said, let's make it a TV show. So they did. It's about four kids, two seemingly human, one a little blue elephant guy, and one woman, a little girl with like
Kind of cyborgy.
Geordie
Yeah.
Star Trek glasses thing, cyborgy,
Yeah.
and they discover a ship hidden on their planet, a very mysterious planet called Atten, which is a weird name. I think there's something behind that. The
Right,
fact that
and
it's a weird name.
Well, and it seems like everyone there, they
Spoiler
are-
alert.
Yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, by the way,
Bah,
spoilers. Like from the kids all up to the adults, like they're very much mathematically minded, and they're like basically. It seems like all these people go into work for.
They do the great work.
They
That's
do the
what
great
they're-
work, which sounds
yeah.
like super boring, and it's all like. It's like you can't really go outside of that. You can't be an adventurer. You can't, be a starship fight. Like it's no, you're gonna be this analyst kind of thing, and you're gonna crunch
Yeah.
numbers, and you're gonna be
Yeah,
great. It's
two kids in the class both wanted to be analysts, and they're
yeah,
like
yeah,
fighting over it. Like, no, we can't. We need more than one analyst. Y'all are good.
yeah. It's okay.
And
Let
at
them
first they
learn.
made it seem like this was like a fun career test, like career day. Oh, let's take these fun tests and it's going
Right.
to tell you like you should be a painter. You're creative. Oh, I don't know, could be a chef.
Yeah.
So it's like usually something fun that you take when you're a kid, but
Mm-mm.
then you quickly realize like no, this is something that they were supposed to have legitimately studied
And you
for,
could fail it.
and you can fail it and pretty much fuck up your whole life. And these
Yeah.
kids are like 12, you
Yeah.
know?
Um,
So,
Yeah.
but luckily they find a buried spaceship. Uh,
so they don't have to go to
accidentally.
school.
Whew.
Yeah.
And then end up. Oh, well, we can just stop at the end of episode 1 because that's all cat scene. And then they accidentally hit a button and blast off into hyperspace.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
The kids are not annoying. They're fun. Like I
Sup-
like the kids.
surprisingly not annoying.
Yeah,
I
which is
like
shocking if you,
it's
again, listen to this podcast.
right. It's got cleverness. Like there's fun little bits. Like there's a bus driver for their little shuttle bus, and they're all sticking their gum on the back of the droid's head. Which apparently I looked up Easter eggs. It's the original droid from Star Tours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Took over.
Oh.
I clocked that immediately.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. There's you learn cat. I'm going to spoil this for you. You learn later on that at Aden, the world they live on, people, it's a myth. People don't think it exists. There's mystery to their home planet.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They keep
Huh.
trying to, like, they try to tell people where they're from. They're like, it's not real. It's like a myth. There's no at Aden.
Ooh,
So
that's
there's
interesting.
I know. There's some mystery to their home.
That's fun.
And
But
even the
it's
currency that they're using.
from the old Republic, not the
Mhm.
new Republic.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets intriguing, Cat. I would feel bad spoiling it, but I don't.
I'll be watching it later tonight.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure there's like this is episode 2. Like the
Yeah, of
mystery's going to
course.
get bigger.
Sure.
It's that's intriguing. They could have just had 4 fun kids going on an adventure, but there's like a little extra mystery to their home. One kid's got a dad who's like very hardcore, like you need to study, you do the right thing. He like goes off to do his work. Here's some money for your life, rah, rah. And Elephant Boy Neil. Oh, I just want to call him Elephant Boy.
Let's just do that.
Neil's a big hit. He's the new
everybody loves Neil.
baby.
He's cute.
Yoda.
We, we were definitely skeptical of Neil. I was making fun of
He's funny.
him, but he's cute. I want to hug him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little nerd and he loves his family and his family loves him.
And there's little baby Neils. They're all
Yeah.
very
Their
cute
family's
too.
very happy.
It's
It's
so
very
cute.
suburbia and it's adorable. And I'm so excited for episode 3. And from the people I've seen online that have seen 3 episodes, they say it just keeps getting better.
Wow.
Because Jude Law's in it, and you haven't even seen Jude Law yet, Kat.
Yeah. I noticed that.
It's very interesting, and I'm digging it, and I just love the feel of it. I love the people, said it's like Goonies, like 80s
Slash
kind of.
ET kind of. To me, it has a very
A
ET
lot of
feel.
ET vibes.
Yeah, and
big
it's
time.
which normally I don't like it when they try to mimic that because stop it. It was done perfectly back in the 80s. You're just trying to mimic it. But I love it. It
Yeah.
felt good. It felt right.
It's hard to make a kid's adventure show or movie and not make it feel like ET because, like, how, all these filmmakers our age have been influenced by Spielberg and Lucas.
Yeah.
Like, of course, right? Like,
Exactly.
so you can't help but feel, like it's a homage back to ET and stuff like that.
Well, there's even an American Graffiti reference. Did you see that one? That
In
that
episode 1?
yeah, that
The
punk, the guy who
Oh.
like drives by and like, hey, I'm
The
gonna race
speeder
you
by.
to the girl, whatever. He's
Yeah.
named after Harrison Ford's character in American Graffiti. It's like
that's fun.
yeah, or somewhat named after him. So they're throwing all sorts of fun Easter eggs of things. Look, if you're skeptical of Skeleton Crew or Star Wars shows on Disney or whatever, Disney Plus, I'm telling you, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun show. It's good. Like I was watching it and then I texted these nerds right after. I'm like, okay, I've watched 1 episode and you know what? I freaking love it. It's really good. And
The
I'm
kids are not
surprised.
annoying. That was one.
No, they're not. Their kids don't annoy me. And there's some mystery to it besides just them going to space. There's a whole pirate thing. I mean, even from the beginning shot with the ship coming in, like
Oh,
first you
that's
just
cool.
kind of see some debris, and then the ship comes in and it's taken over by another ship. There's
Yeah.
pirates involved.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wait, was it episode 1 that they're watching the thing, the hologram thing, Cat?
Mm-mm.
With the maybe it was episode 2. All right, I'm not gonna say any
Which
more about that.
hologram thing?
The one that we talked about with the trapeze
Oh,
kind of.
Oh,
oh,
yes.
that was
Yes. Is
oh,
that
that
It was
was
the Star Wars
episode 1.
holiday special.
I was
Yes.
gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I am shocked that they are allowed to use it.
I mean, if it wasn't, it was definitely meant
To
to.
be just like it.
Emulate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
Neil's
was-
family was sitting around, essentially like your family sits around and watch TV. Well, they're sitting
Yeah.
around a hologram thing, just like in the holiday special.
Yes.
And the circus people arrive.
It has to be the same. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
not the same, it's absolutely like another.
was
homage.
meant to be that. Yeah. So
I was like, oh no, this is holiday special. This is
Yeah.
holiday special.
so far they're throwing in a lot of fun things, but there's nothing obnoxious about it. It's just fun. Like I cannot wait till episode 3, and I don't even let me go to our research department and see how many episodes there is.
Oh,
or-
I'm on it already. I'm
And?
on the thing 8 episodes
Okay.
that it
Great.
lists right now. Yeah.
That's good. It takes place after the events of Return of the Jedi.
yes, I had to look that up because I
interesting.
had no idea.
So it's between Return of the Jedi and before
Force Awakens. Yeah.
Force Awakens. Okay.
Yeah. And it is cute when Wim, is his name Wim?
Yeah.
Wim.
The main dude, and his buddy, Elephant Boy.
Neil.
They're like playing lightsabers. They're waiting for the bus, and they're having fun. And they're being goofy and playing. It's like, yeah,
As you do.
if you were living in the universe with these things called Jedi, you would think it was fucking cool too.
Mm-hmm.
And like they get busted, like they're doing this big battle, waiting for the bus, and then Elephant Boy's like, "Hold on one second, there's something in my eye. Hold on one sec,
Yeah.
time out." And then they realize there's a bunch of kids have been watching. Like, what are you guys doing? They're like, "Oh god,
They're
we
the
got busted."
nerds.
Yeah.
Even the girls
It's-
that they meet up with later, they're like, to them, they're those little boys are nerds.
It's pretty cute.
The main boy,
I've been
Wim,
suckered. I've been suckered into liking
Good.
the show.
he was on our show. I work on a show.
Oh,
that
yeah,
sometimes
Wim?
People come by. Wim was on our show.
How did he go?
Just-
How did it go?
honestly, look, I was so busy like doing other things. I couldn't tell you one thing he said
Directing
about
the show.
Fair enough.
I wasn't directing, but I was trying to get
Oh,
set up for
yeah.
like the next thing we were doing. It was a busy day. So I actually need to go back and look and see what he said. But he was like your typical kid actor, like very chatty, fun, lively.
Awesome.
Like he was a good interview. He was a fun little kid. But yeah, I was talking to Tara actually on the phone. And we were talking about the show, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And there goes the lead kid right there, walking by in the hallway. But he was cool. But I do need to go see what he's actually said. But yeah, it's fun. The kids are fun. The show is. I
Well,
don't know. It's like I've seen
the
people say it's-
aesthetic. Let's
the
talk about the
aesthetic is
aesthetic a little
great.
bit. It's got very retro, like you said, 80s suburban. And the costumes. The what do you call them? Are they costumes?
Costumes.
Outfits. Costumes are great. I already want some of the merch.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I kinda
again,
do too.
they should just again change Black Spire from
Oh yeah.
the Star Wars land at Disneyland. Just again, here's another town you could just flip it to, and it would be much more interesting than Black Spire.
yeah.
It's
But it
just
doesn't
really
look
cool.
anything like their town though.
They'd have to
I
do some
know. They
remodeling.
would, but it's fun. They have like a little bus. You know, some people were complaining that it's very suburban, but that's supposed to be the point, obviously,
That's
too.
the
with some of
point.
mystery of this. It's supposed to be a
Why
certain
wouldn't there be a
utopia
suburb-
of sorts or dystopia. I don't know.
Why
But-
wouldn't there be a planet that looks like this? And
Right.
Wendy, you last week you very funnily said like, people are complaining about this planet because they've been to all the planets in Star Wars and they know what they
Right.
look. It's
Yeah.
like fuck off. It's just
Right.
get over
Exactly.
it. What are you
Trust me,
talking
there's a
about?
suburban Star Wars in the Star Wars universe, a suburbia, plenty of them
100%.
outside the city limits of the
100%.
downtown. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then there's some mystery to this little place they live. So who knows what's really going on? And apparently, one of the biggest Star Wars online pieces of crap that hates everything and loves to talk about how much they hate everything actually
Yeah.
likes this show.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? I don't know.
Well, because there's not a lot of women in it.
This is probably true.
Right.
The lead is a dude, so they feel better
Yeah,
about it. And
that's a
Jude
good
Law,
point.
he's very masculine. So.
Jude Law is cool, but it's one of the best things Disney Plus has done for Star. I would put, for me, Star Wars shows probably has three giant, like the three big, like Mandalorian, Andor, and this are probably their best three things they've done. As
Cool.
far as I'm concerned, I mean, I've
Okay.
liked everything, I've enjoyed everything, just but to me,
Because it's Star Wars.
yeah, I like
That
and enjoy the other
doesn't
stuff.
mean it's good.
Yeah, but to me, this Andor is
Yeah.
more like less that's a great Star Wars show. It's more of that's a great Rogue One show. Um,
Yeah.
Mandalorian and this feel the most like Star Wars to me.
I love
Yeah, definitely.
that.
Excited.
Speaking of, when is Andor 2 drop? Do we know that?
Yeah, we do. I don't
February?
know when.
I
It's
don't know.
sometime next year.
All right. Well,
Uh,
this will be good. This will kind of hold us over until then. This is great. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to watch episode 2.
it premieres April 22nd. That late?
Hmm.
That sucks.
Interesting.
I need to rewatch one because
Yeah.
I mean it's been a while.
Yeah, it's so good.
Is this the last? This is the last season. They went down to two seasons
Two.
down from
Yeah,
three.
they always I think said it was going to be 2. They
Oh, I thought it
talked
was going to
about
be 3. But
no, they
okay.
talked about 5, and I think Diego Luna was like, I don't know if I have 5. Like, I'm going to be an old man by 5, and this has to lead up to the Rogue One and all that. So they decided to make it 2, and then do the second season in these blocks of whatever.
Oh, it's like
Four
2.
blocks of 3 each, and then they kind of time jump through them till we get
Oh.
to Rogue One.
Okay.
It's like 12 episodes. It's going to be good stuff.
Okay.
I hope.
Oh, it's 12 episodes.
I
Okay.
don't know. I think
Well, it does say that there's 24 episodes total through the new season, so I would assume that it's 12 and like
yeah.
last. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna deliver. I think it's gonna be awesome. And you know what? Some shows you don't want it to go for too long. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
there's lots of good content in
There
our
is. And something to look forward to, Bryce Dallas Howard is directing episode 6 of Skeleton Crew.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that'll be
cool.
fun.
She's
Which
pretty great.
Drop on New Year's Eve.
And I believe
Fun.
the
Yeah.
Daniels of Everything Everywhere All at Once
You're
directed
right.
an episode.
Yes, episode 4. That's interesting.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out in a couple weeks.
They got some
It's
good
pretty cool.
directors going on.
Very cool.
It's good. It's good. I hope the quality keeps up because it's a really fun show so far. It's a really good show.
Great.
So-
What a surprise. We were not expecting this.
Nope.
I was not. I was like,
not
well, I'll watch it because
expecting
it's
this.
Star Wars, but it's probably not gonna be that good.
Yeah.
And okay, it's really good. So enjoy.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. I think is that it for this week?
I think that's our show. Look at us.
Sleek.
So that's us.
Sleek.
You know, I told everybody I was going to look into this whole email list thing. So I went to our website, that shenerdsout.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out there is a link there where people can already add their email to our email list. We actually have some people who have signed up for the email list.
Oh, okay.
So what it just like
Do
tells
we have to
us
send things now?
how
So
do we
yeah,
send things?
Well, that's what I was like, oh, how do I do this? And I was like, oh, cool. Can we just send it from Google or whatever, Gmail? And it's no, you can't do that. So I think we
Okay,
have to get
so
like an official
Oh,
She Nerds Out email address. So that's a whole thing.
okay. So our website does not. It's just a place that lets us see the names.
It's collecting the names, and then we can
The
export.
collector.
We
Okay.
can export that list into a email service. So I'm this is this is me asking producer Jackie, who runs the show, really. Hey Jackie, how is there a free email
Just
server
like how?
we can
Just how?
Because we don't want to pay for another thing. Like we're already really on a shoestring budget here. So Jackie, do you know of any free email? Like, basically we just need like snop.com. Like, hi everybody at snop.com.
Hotmail.
Yeah. Not Hotmail. It's got to be like an official, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, Jackie, get on that.
But we're already shenerds.out.com. So can we not use our own somehow?
Well, I don't know. I guess I gotta look around some
I
more.
don't
Maybe
know.
I'll email the contact people at the website company and be like, "Hey, can we add a
The website company.
Yeah.
Which company runs all the websites?
Anyway, so it's coming soon. We're working on it. It's gonna be a thing. Maybe by next year we'll have it all figured out. And by we, I mean me.
Wah, wah. Sorry, Kat. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, clearly. Wah, wah. But we have some exciting holiday. We're gonna have a special holiday segment that we're recording this weekend that we'll publish at a later date. That should be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do some more AI generated holiday stories. We could do another one of those.
Do you see all this?
That's a lot of booze,
This is
dude.
what you guys gonna come over this weekend and drink.
Fair enough. All of that, or
Yes, all of it.
okay.
I don't have room.
Maybe if anybody has an idea for a prompt for a holiday snop AI generated Christmas story, send it to us.
Yeah, that's right.
You can email that to us at sheenersout@gmail.com.
Or at Facebook and Instagram at Sheenerds Out Podcast.
Or at Twitter at Snot Podcast with 1D. Or Blue Sky. She Nerds Out. At She
Hey.
Nerds Out, blah, 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 Blue Sky, blah, 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 whatever it is. She Nerds Out.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing, right? Like blue
Yeah,
sky
just
dot
look for
social
at She Nerds
dot
Out.
hamburger dot
Cat tree dot something.
elephant
I don't know.
boy. All right, cool.
Okay.
Good times.
Well, all right. Well, we got to wrap this up because Kat has jury duty in the morning. And I don't want to oversleep my job again.
Hey guys, I got court in the morning.
You got to get to court. I do bring in your briefcase. Yeah.
No, but I'm bringing in Ozzy. Hello.
You think if you showed up with that,
hello,
they'd
my
just
baby.
go?
Hello, my darling.
Yeah, that would be a good way if you kept mouthing with Ozzy everything that the lawyers were saying.
I will definitely
Just
get
have
asked
the
to
ostrich
leave
say,
if I bring up.
object, I object.
I object. No,
I object.
nice. See?
That would get you home easy.
Yeah, just like that. Or get you in contempt
We're just-
of court. And you and Ozzy would be put in the
We're
slammer.
just-
Are you still an alternate? You haven't been promoted
Yeah.
yet?
No, but
No.
there's this one guy
Mm-hmm.
who's always late.
Oh,
We have to wait for
that's-
him before we can start. And he sleeps.
Oh, they're going to kick him out.
during-
They
I think they're
have
gonna
to
kick him
because
out
then
and
they
I'm
could
gonna
have a
get
whole
promoted.
mistrial because of a fucking sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
I want you,
That
after
would be
all this
bad.
work, to at least get to decide the fate of
Yeah.
whoever you're deciding against.
You know, you can at least bring Ozzy to the deliberation room.
Maybe Ozzy can break a tie.
Oh, he could read the or she could read the verdict.
Have you come to a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we as the jury decide it's time for lunch. Where's the
I
seed?
feel like Snop now has a
boy.
fourth member.
Terrible.
No.
Maybe Ozzy will actually do the rundown.
It's really
on
creepy
time.
because it doesn't really look like your hand because it's just out. It's just the sock
Yeah.
is just long enough to be out of frame. Yeah, I see
Ozzy has
you.
no arms. Ozzy
I
can't make a
see you
rundown.
coming for it.
See, that's what we experienced
Yeah.
on the windshield. Exactly that.
I can see it clear. Remember it
you
clear as
laugh,
day.
but it's true.
It's
It
no, listen,
was.
that's scary. Like they have really big like
Uh-huh.
hard beaks. And then when they open their mouths, like their tongue is a weird shape. Like it's a very strange animal.
Yeah. Wow.
It's incredible that they're
still
still
beloved. They're
around.
dinosaurs, like you said. All right. Well, before Tara
They
gets
are
too freaked out by
dinosaurs.
this puppet thing, we'll close out and say, until next time, she nerds out.
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 She nerds out. We're girls that like girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things. No, Ozzy, no. Ozzy,
Nazzy, come on, stop it. No, come on. That's an expensive microphone. Come on.
Told you they were dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Were you just kissing Ozzy? That got a little weird. That got
No.
weird.
No,
Boy.
no,
Sure.
Worried.
definitely not.